Hey, kitty.
Well,
You know what?
instead of like, right. It's 2025.
Hey,
It's
guys.
2025.
Hello, hello, hello.
Only 16 bucks.
Welcome in. Who's in the chat with me? Okay, there we go.
Well,
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
I know. Whew. You know, it's
Who's in the chat with me? Welcome in, guys. Welcome in.
oh, yikes.
If you would like a free yes or no question, drop your question in the chat and I'll answer it for you. Who's in the chat? Welcome in. If you're new, welcome back. If you're coming back to see me, just letting my tea leaves seep. Welcome, 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 guys. I just ordered the Hoodoo deck so I can see how it comes out, how it turns out. Made a few changes to it, but overall, I think it's a pretty cool deck. A brand new deck that we'll have coming. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Who's in the chat? I'm so quiet today. Ooh. Hello, hello, Miss Odalise. Welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How's everybody else? Welcome in, guys. Welcome. If you like a free yes or no, drop it in the chat. If you need a more in-depth reading, look at the pinned comments. They hey Tate, will you come and grab those that just flew across the room? There they are down there. Hello, 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 hello. It's cold where you're at? Yeah, it's cool down here a little bit, but we're still all right. Welcome in if you're new, guys. Welcome back if you're coming back to see me. If you would like a free yes or no question, drop it in the chat and I'll answer a question for you. Welcome, guys. Welcome. You know, I swear to God, it pains my heart to see people struggle with spiritual stuff. I hate that for y'all. It's freezing 12 degrees. Oh, y'all can keep that. Look, this is why I don't know how y'all do it. Look, this is why I moved down to Florida 3 years ago. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Yeah, no, y'all can keep it. Yo, Sammy, what's going on up in Virginia with that nurse that was breaking the neonatal infants' legs and stuff? What is going on? I just saw that. I said, what the hell? What the heck is going on? And then they said that they knew she was doing it. Honey, they said the hospital knew she was doing it. She had other complaints previously, and they took her, they suspended her, brought her back, and she started doing it again. Like, I know you lying. I know you lying. But, oh, this is why, we need to come together as a collective and handle them people. I'm getting away from the whole, let the law handle it. No, we handle that shit in the spirit realm. Is Timothy a good man for me? Yeah, I'm gonna say this: if you Kiki, if you got to question it, you already know. A good man, you ain't got to question it. Heck no, heck no. She'd have all kind of things jumping on her. She would have all kind of things jumping on her. Let me see. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this about Timothy. Timothy kind of presents himself as a stable individual, but I question if that's the truth. I question if that's the truth, and I feel like beware. Kiera, you might need to do some healing because I feel like he's looking for somebody who need. It's almost like, okay, so some men or some people, I won't even say men. Some people have a radar for um trauma and unhealed wounds. Okay. And they seek out people that have such things in order for them to exploit and capitalize off of them. It's given like he's trying to present himself as very stable with his shit together, but with this seven of swords, that's a lie. That's a lie. So just FYI. But I feel like on some levels, if you're questioning it, why are we not listening to our intuition? Why are we not listening to our intuition? Because on some levels, you are questioning his authenticity, and the cards show me why. Because it's a lie. Mm-mm. Uh, Heck no, that couldn't be my baby, honey. You know what? I would go to the break in case of emergency spirits. I told you we got some of those that you only use those for when you got to. And she would have all of them. There's about four of them. I would unleash all four on her ass. You understand me? If it was one of mine, she would have more than she bargained for. You're welcome. Guys, if you have a yes or no question, if you would like a free yes or no question, drop your question in the chat and we will discuss it. We'll go over it. But yeah, I saw that. I say, ain't no way. Like, there's too many of us waking up. There's too many of us in our fucking spiritual bag for shit like that to be happening. Handle that situation. Handle that situation. Ain't no way. All your victims are black babies. On to the next. Look, I'm gonna say this. You know what? She said on to the next. Kiara, you better be doing your work to heal, so you stop attracting these low vibrational energies. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. I'm telling you, it could not be what nobody in my family. You let something happen to one of mine, I'm going to war. I'm gonna be like, hey, I gotta shut this down for right now. I gotta go to war. And why would they let? Exactly, honey. I would own that hospital. You understand me? I would own that hospital. You have a woman that has been accused or suspected of harming the most vulnerable of our society. NICU infants. These are babies that are in the NICU fighting for their lives, literally fighting for their lives, and you take your nasty pork filled hands and you think you're gonna break somebody's bone. Look, it couldn't be mine. That's all I got to say is it could not and it would not be mine. You understand me? Oh no. Spiritual hands will be around her throat with a quickness. Wouldn't even be no thing. Wouldn't even be no thing. Be like, you might want to put her in jail because she'll be safer there. Okay? Because, honey, that I say, ain't no way. Ain't no way. Mm-mm-mm. Ain't no way. And you know the hospital ain't telling the whole story. You know they're not telling the whole story because the whole story would implicate them, like you said, as well. Never seen or heard from again. No, she would be made an example. Some people need to be made an example for other people outside of our community to know, like, don't do it. Y'all might want to know, don't do it. People need to know we get in our bag, and we need to ride high. A lot of people done got away with it for far too long. And with her, like I said, when they talk about, they look at the victims, her victims, they're all black. They're all black children. So that's more than just deep seated violence. That's violence with an inclination towards hatred, the hatred and racism of black babies. Oh no, she that's example time. You gonna get this, and other people like you gonna understand what we doing now. Okay, y'all gonna understand how we rolling now. We're not rolling with, look, no more turning the other cheek. I ain't got no more cheeks to turn. I ain't got no more cheeks to turn. I ain't got no more marches. I cannot march. I got bad feet. I cannot do any of those things. I cannot protest. Never, never, never will I do that again. I'm not gonna do any of that. I'm bringing your soul into reckoning. You understand me? That's where we at now. I said, ain't no way. Ain't no way. That could be one of mine. Ain't no way. But like you said, that hospital bears some responsibility for that as well. Definitely bears some responsibility for that. Um, and I hope they take her to task. Although I suspect that it's not. They're going to try to put it under some sort of mental illness watch. They're going to try to chalk it up. Oh, she's mentally ill. There's something, something's wrong with her. No, no, nah, 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 nah. We ain't doing that. So, but it's interesting. It's gonna be interesting how that turns out. It's gonna be interesting how that turns out. Our babies can't even heal without being victims. You understand me? Our babies can't even have the support of the trying to stay alive in the most vulnerable and critical times in their life. They can't even do that without being victims. That isn't that. It just think about that. Think about that. You can't even be a victim. I mean, you can't even, be in a position of healing without being a victim. Somebody's victim. Somebody looking at you to victimize. And see, that's why I said, I need to start offering my services to bad. Like, hey, I can handle it. Exactly, but we'll see if it is deemed a hate crime, because it's easy for us to get a hate crime. Hell, right out the gate, the whole Louisiana thing, they wanted to say, oh, that's terrorism, but to get actual hate crimes classified as such is damn near an act of God. Okay, so we'll see if she actually gets a hate crime placed upon her back. Although we know it definitely is, but we'll see if she actually gets that designation. Like I said, if it was me, she wouldn't even have to worry about none of that. I'm gonna call you up before reckoning, and the people ain't. They're not judges. Hell, they're not even human. Okay, they're not even your judge, jury, and executioner. They're not even human. Don't even worry about it. We got you. So yeah. But anyway, how's everybody doing? Happy Monday. How was your Monday? I think everybody's definitely back at work, back at school. My son, his school started today, so he's back up and at it. If you would like a free yes or no question answered, drop it in the chat, and I'll answer that for you. If you need something more in depth, look at the pinned comment. It holds the payment information as well as the pricing. Now, is your snow normal snow, or is it this snow that everybody's talking about that's not normal? Hello, hello. What you cooking? I had an empanada, and I had an empanada and tea. I'm having my tea. Look, I cooked yesterday. I cooked short spare ribs and polenta, creamy polenta. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. If you would like a free yes or no question answered, drop the question in the chat, and I'll answer that for you. The list is open. If you need something a little bit more in depth or a little bit more specific, look at the pinned comment. It does have pricing. Ah, meatloaf. Meatloaf. A good loaf of meat. I love me a good old meatloaf. I do. I love me a good old meatloaf. You know, I got some Wagyu beef. I might make me a small little meatloaf tomorrow out of that Wagyu beef. We'll see. Do a Wagyu meatloaf. I bet you that would be awesome. The burger we made with that meat was awesome. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I'm just, welcome in, guys. Welcome in. If you're new, welcome back. If you're coming back to see me, welcome, welcome, welcome. I got everything ready for tonight's, the second day of the Empress ritual. I got everything going. You sound like me. I cooked yesterday gravy steaks. Yep, exactly. That sounds good. It's been good. You know what? It actually has been really, really good. I did a lot of work. I got the Empress ritual, and then I got a personal ritual to do tonight, and then I'm all caught up and ready to go, rearing to go. Which reminds me, you guys, you have until the end of this week, until Sunday, to get your 15% off. That's you can use that towards. I restructure the Parade of Planet ritual, the Parades of Planet ritual, so that you'll get both. You'll get the first part and second part for one cost, and you can get 15% off of that. Um, and then we've got, of course, the 14th is bringing in huge love. We got the Solomonic Conjuring. That is a 7-day ritual, as well as there was something else. Maybe that's it. Maybe that was it. I'm about to drop the health ritual. I'm going to get back into our health ritual bag. So if you have some, impending health challenges, or if you just want to make sure your health is in tip top order, you go ahead and get into that one. These are powerful spirits that will help you to restore the body back to stasis. So we will be doing that in February. We also February is going to be. It looks like it's going to be a month of how do I put this, of special ops. There's special spirits that hold a tremendous amount of power, but they do very specialized things. Like I said, the health one is going to be one. We've got the defender, which is one. Like I said, these are going to be specialized energies that you guys can work with. So if you would like to join us for that, I am going to be putting that one. That's the one, like I said, um, I don't pull it out very often. I pull it out when there's real health challenges. And I feel like we're coming into a season where people need to, and it's the beginning of the year, you need to take a look at your health anyway. So those will be on tap for February as well. So don't miss out on that. You got the defender, the spiritual defender, which is the bodyguard, which is a special, I call them special ops. And then we'll have the health, which is special ops. And then in February, we'll have the second half of the um, Parade of Planets. I don't, people are act so damn stupid. Mm-mm-mm. Or just delete your message. You can stay in the chat. You just won't be able to say shit. Okay. But like, you just won't be able to say shit. Exactly. Thank you. Watch your mouth. Okay. We're doing tarot readings. If you don't need a reading, you're probably on the wrong channel. But if you like to stay, we like to talk about spiritual things as well. So, but anyway, come on in, guys. Come on in. If you're new here, welcome. If you're coming back to see me, welcome back. Welcome back. I am so excited. We've got our last tarot deck. Uh, why would I do that? It's a free yes or no. Now, if you ask me, are you going to die? Probably. Okay. Oh my God. Well, honey, a lot of people want to know a lot of stuff. That don't mean I will give my energy for it. That don't mean I'm gonna give my energy for it. I'm just, I'm I'm just saying, look, a lot of people, look, as my grandmother used to say, people in hell want ice water. Don't mean I'm taking it down to them. Okay. I said free yes or no. Put it in the form of a yes or no question. I'll answer it for you. Um, but if you need me to go in depth, hey, hit that pin comment. You do have pricing there. You can't get pricing, and you can add. You can ask whatever question you would like. I'm just saying. Oh, anyway, I'm gonna get back with y'all. Y'all ain't gonna be acting a fool over here on YouTube. We got TikTok pretty much, on lock where it used to be a lot of the Bible beaters that would come on and harass and shit. I said to be a Christian, they sure do harass people. Did you notice that? To be a Christian, they will harass you. It's unnerving. I mean, like the nerve of you to harass people. Um, but yeah, so yeah, if you would like a yes or no question, put it in the chat and I'll tell you yes or no. If you need something more than that, the pin comment has pricing. You can send to PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo. Um, yeah, I was talking to old oh my God, what is his name? Melvin. I'm about to say, what is his name? I was talking to old Melvin today again. He's got to dismantle going through this. And that's the thing, there's with all that Christianity has done, it doesn't provide any type of comfort, really. When somebody is grieving, it provides no comfort whatsoever. It provides no comfort whatsoever. Because he was like, I feel like you're the only one I can talk to about these things. Because he feels like he can't go to his mother, who's an evangelizer, and tell her, hey, I'm hearing Dad. I could smell Dad. I can feel him. I can, he's still interacting, talking to me. And, he can't go to his mom and say that. But he was like, I can come to you because you know about this stuff. You understand this stuff. He said, I don't understand what's going on, but I feel like you do. And that's the thing, is that Christianity it just kind of drops you off a ledge. If it ain't in the Bible, you pretend like it don't happen. And it doesn't, the world it doesn't revolve like that. You can pretend like it ain't happening, but Dad is still there. Okay? He's still there. And like I told him, I said, Melvin, you are having a difficult time because you were raised as a Christian, because you were raised in the church. Hell, again, your mother's an evangelizer. And I was telling you, your mother's an evangelizer. You were raised that way. It was inculcated into you. You understand me? It was inculcated to you. So it's very difficult when something like this happens, and what's happening in the spiritually in the physical realm is not reconciling with what you've been taught in Christianity, because they don't go. And you start to realize that, hey, this is a heavily manipulated book. It doesn't have the answers. And you're like, and then you're going through an existential crisis, not understanding, like, okay, well, where do I go from here? And then you'll have real people, like I said, grieving, um, because they don't know how. And like I told you guys, grief is just your inability to transmute a physical connection into a profoundly spiritual connection. People don't know how to do that because they've been told that, hey, you're not supposed to. Oh, no, you're not supposed to talk to them. If you're talking to them, you're interacting with them, those are demons. Well, I mean, it puts exactly. And, you know, I think he's looking, and after talking to him, I think he's looking for a woman as strong. His mother's a very strong woman. She has a very, very strong demeanor and personality. And I feel like he's looking for a woman who will challenge her. And I said, well, honey, I'll obliterate Mom. You might not, you might not even want to look over here, Melvin. I am not her. I'm not going to free you from the shackles of your mother. You'll need to free yourself. I was like, no, man. But that's what he's having a hard time reconciling that, because he's experiencing something that he's never experienced before, and he doesn't. This man is in a deep depression to the point where, like I said, he was hospitalized, has lost in the last 3 weeks 20 pounds, and he was already losing. I was like, yo, what's going on with you? You got some shit going on. Like, you got that package. What is it? What is this? What is this? Like, this don't even look right. Um, he just, and I noticed. I said I could, I will be his friend, but I couldn't be with him because I don't like people that are not. You physically you're tough, but mentally you are not, and it just underscores the mental strength of women versus men. Yeah, it's a football guy. She says that's a football guy. That's a football guy. Yeah, he just got out of the hospital. Um, he went in. He wasn't eating. Lost 20 pounds in the last 3 weeks. Wasn't eating. Dehydrated. Exhausted. Grieving. Basically grieving the death of his father. Um, he don't know where to go. It just flips him upside down. I was like, well, this is just. I had to let him know, like, look, suck it up, Buttercup. You gotta get out of it. You gotta snap out of this. You gotta come back. You gotta find a better way to grieve. He's got a sister. He's got a sister. I believe she's the older sister. And so now it's yeah. Yeah, he will. He definitely will. And like I told him, I said he's having he's still very much feeling his father, hearing his father. He said, I can smell him. He said, I can hear him. He still talks. Well, yeah, I said, of course, because again, spirits, I said, the body may physically die, but the spirit is still very much here. The spirit, the soul is still very much here. And I said, yeah, of course you will. And I said, you're trying to, your body is trying, and your soul is trying to transmute that energy from that physical connection, um the loss of the physical connection into a spiritual one, and that's where his grief is coming from. I said a lot of people get stuck in that process. How long? 3 weeks. His dad passed away 3 weeks ago. Well, hold up, it was right before Christmas. How long ago was Christmas? Was Christmas 3 weeks ago? Yeah, it's going on three. Yeah, it's going on about 3 weeks. He's got to snap out of it, and that's why I told him. I said your mother needs you. Because they had his father and his mother had him. Well, his mother's like 20 years younger than his dad. Um, his father was in his 50s and his mom was in her 30s, early 30s when they got married and they had him. And so his dad was in his 90s. I think he was just in his 90s. And he was like I think the hospital killed him, and I'm thinking like, no, Melvin, your dad was just old. It was time. It was time. So and, they had been married for 50 some odd years, like 58 years or whatever. um so and him and his dad were really close, so he's just having a really tough time, like I said, transmuting that relationship into the spiritual one. Although he's getting all the components of spiritual activity around him, he doesn't. Again, he's battling with that Christianity. That Christian look, I'm gonna tell y'all, Christianity will have you stuck. Religion will have you stuck. It is designed that way. It is designed to make you not think and just obey. I told you I was watching that one that one African professor. He said, "Look," he said, when they brought Christianity, when they brought religion and Christianity to our village, and they started teaching us when I was in the first grade, and they were telling us we're supposed to be sheep, and he said he and see they were sheep, they were herders, sheep herders. Um, they were shepherds, and he said what I know of sheep, that they're stupid, they're not very intelligent animals. That they will just go obey a voice, and that's it. And again, when you think about it, it's interesting that they liken us to that, and they want us to behave in such a manner. And he said, I didn't want to be a sheep. I wanted to be a goat. He was like, I wanted to be a goat. He said, because goats are very intelligent. They'll do what they want to do. And they know how to take care of themselves, and they know how to protect themselves. And they're not going to just blindly follow something. He said, I don't want to be a sheep. I want to be a goat. And look, we're here to be goats. But in Christianity, they're sheep. They're sheep. And that's just you blindly follow what you're told to do. You blindly do what you're supposed to do. And like I said, when something like this happens, it's very difficult for somebody who has been entrenched in Christianity to even fathom, what's going on a spiritual level, because everything that they're experiencing, and I told you that's the same thing that happened to me when I was a Jehovah's Witness. I was sitting in the Kingdom Hall, and everything that I was experiencing, and I had, they went to Africa with a Bible, and Africans had the land. Yep. Exactly. They had us praying. They had us praying for our heaven in the sky while they were making their heaven on earth. So you go figure that shit out. You go figure that shit out. Y'all pray up there. We go do what we want down here. Like, you go figure that shit out. But I was sitting in the Kingdom Hall experiencing the spiritual world, heavily around me. And then, like I said, trying to get up under the armpit of God, thinking like, okay, well, if I'm the best Christian that I can be, it should be okay. And it was not. And finally, Spirit just said, look, dummy, come on out of there. You are not, you learn what you needed to learn, which was structure. You learn the basis of having a family and how to structure your family. And now you need to come out of there, because now you're going higher. And that's exactly what happened. But like I said, a lot of people get stuck. They get stuck, and they're unable to kind of, like I said, move it from, especially when somebody sustains a loss, they're unable to move that connection from physical to spiritual. Because again, everything that they've been told goes against what's in that Bible, or everything that they're experiencing goes against what's in that Bible. So it is what it is. It is what it is. But guys, I'm about to hop off of here, and I'm gonna hop over onto my TikTok platform. Make sure, let's see, do you think Melvin being in your life is his crossroads? It could be. It very well could be. Look, I hope his crossroads don't include nothing with me. Look, we got to get that established. Look, your changes in your life has nothing to do with me. They're not tied to me. Okay. But I feel like, again, I had left the connection 2 years ago. I told y'all 2 years ago when that fool told me, "Oh, you gonna die?" I was like, "Fine, you could be right, and I'm okay with it. I am perfectly fine with it." And I went on with my life. But he was like, I couldn't stop thinking about you. He said I couldn't. Well, it's the truth. I do not want Melvin like that. He was like, I couldn't stop thinking about you. I couldn't stop thinking about, all the things that even in the short period of time that you taught me. And so I don't know. Look, I don't know. We'll see. But I'll do what I can on a spiritual, level to kind of help him to move and give him some clarity at where I can. That's not my responsibility. So I'm not gonna do too much unless he asked, and you need to pay for that service. But because I don't want him to think that this is anything other than that. Because it ain't. Y'all, I'm not interested in Melvin like that. I am not interested in Melvin like that. Not at all. No ma'am, no sir. No ma'am, no sir. Mm-mm. There's a lot of issues there, and I don't even want to touch it. Nope. Okay, I'm gonna see you guys on the Clock app. We're gonna sign off here, and I'll see you over there on TikTok. If you want to follow us over there, come on over there under Ori_Alchemy. If not, I'll be back tomorrow. I will be back tomorrow. Okay, make good. If you don't follow us over, make good choices, guys. Make good choices.